Okay.
What is up?
Welcome. This is episode 4 of Vogie Vision. I'm Brett Duncan, and this is James Good. This is the pregame warm up for prior to our live stream with MLB The Show. James, how are you this week?
I am good. We're trying to get this set up on multiple networks. I'm trying to stream it over onto my YouTube page, get those viewers in. So, very good. Looking forward to this game. Hope everybody had a good weekend. Very sunny out here in the Pacific Northwest. And looking forward to a good game that we have on tap tonight.
You know, it's funny. You guys get sun. We got like 6 inches of snow the other day, and we're supposed to get about four more, I believe, tomorrow. So, F you guys for your dumb weather. So.
Yeah, sorry about that, buddy.
So today is April 13th. We're tonight's game would be against the Washington Nationals, which we all know is the last year's World Series champions against the Houston Asterix. So, and it's funny that we're playing the Nationals because they're actually. I was doing a little research before the game and found some significant parallels. Obviously, the Nationals weren't always the Nationals. They used to be the Montreal Expos, and the Montreal Expos came into the MLB during an expansion year in 1969. What were the three other teams that came in with them?
The 1969, so Kansas City Royals and the Seattle Mariners. Or no,
No,
no, no.
no,
Ooh, hold on. No, no, no. Washington Pilots.
no, Seattle Pilots,
Seattle Pilots. My bad. My bad.
and
I'm way off.
and the San Diego Padres.
Ooh. Hit
So
me with some knowledge. I didn't even know that the SB Nation Mariners series has been killing it. And I've heard all these facts. I don't know why I just had a brain dump right there.
so obviously the Seattle Pilots were only around for 1 year. That was our claim to fame, and they left to become what team?
They came the Milwaukee Brewers.
Yep, that's correct. And obviously the Montreal Expos from 1969 to 2004 was our neighbors to the north. Obviously there is one other team still, the Toronto Blue Jays. They're still playing strong, but the Washington Nationals, after they were relocated to Washington D.C., they became the Nationals, and the rest is history.
Yeah, Washington Nationals. You know what? I think that Washington was really glad to have baseball back. And the Nationals, they had a rocky start, but once they picked up Bryce Harper, 2010s rolled around, they kind of established themselves as a ball club. Really started to find their face, the identity. Some playoff trips, some heartbreaks during those years where the Giants were just so dominant in the NL. And yeah, they were finally able to get over that hump, bring a World Series to the gorgeous Washington D.C. and they were able to find a new face of the franchise once Harper departed. It was kind of awkward with him and Soto there out in the left field. One was kind of the current face of the franchise, and everybody recognized Soto was the future face of the franchise. So, really happy for the Nationals, especially when they can pick up a World Series win over a division rival, Houston Asterix. So yeah, good for them, and a tough matchup tonight for the Mariners.
I'm going to bang on my trash can for that. You were talking about Bryce Harper. Let's see. Their other big top pick was Steven Strasburg
Yep.
in 2009, and then Bryce Harper came around in 2010. Now we know Strasburg's still around, but Bryce Harper decided to ditch out for some money and go to Philadelphia.
Yeah, yeah. So, Bryce Harper, obviously a elite player in the game, had a couple of down years, but his numbers, even though his average might not be reflective, he's still very much a superstar in the league. And I think for him, maybe it came down to money, maybe it came down to him not seeing that they were going to be a World Series champ. But it's unfortunate for him that he played so hard for so many years in Washington, and for them to get that ring the year after he left.
Yeah, it's funny too. There were some memes that popped up just shortly after the Nationals won, of course, of him guaranteeing a championship with the Nationals, but that obviously did not happen. And I'm sure he's
It
probably
actually did happen, but he
well,
was intending to say, bring a championship to Philadelphia. So
yeah,
it actually did happen.
just not for him.
Yeah.
And a little bit other DYK for today, April 13th. Did you know that the Mariners Moose birthday was today?
I had no idea the Mariners missed. Happy birthday to him.
He's
Looking young as ever.
30 years old, the Mariners Moose. And also, we forgot to celebrate this last week. I saw the Instagram post and the Facebook shares from the Mariners page. The Kingdome opened up in 1977 last Monday on your birthday.
That's very cool. That's a piece of trivia I was not even aware of. So that's very cool to have shared a birthday with the Kingdom. It's very cool that I have memories of the Kingdom from the '90s. A little sad I didn't get to go to the final season in the Kingdom, but here we have T-Mobile Park, which we're going to be playing in today. Just a great successor to safe or great successor to the Kingdom. Even though I think we would all prefer that Safeco Field name a little bit more.
Yep, change is good. Speaking of change, there has been some change in your life. Do you mind sharing a little bit about your new job?
Yeah, yeah. So I'm gonna be leaving the trading card industry for the gaming industry. So don't want to go too much in detail, but I am looking forward to it. Anytime you can make a positive change like that, it's very cool. So still gonna be very much around sports. Still gonna be on Vogue Vision every week. No change there. But yeah, big things in this time where a lot of people are without work and losing their jobs. I feel very fortunate to be in a position where two companies really wanted my service.
Nice,
Very
congratulations,
cool.
sir.
Thank you.
So I don't know if you've caught there's a series on YouTube. You know the actor John Krasinski. Yep.
Absolutely.
So he's done that series SGN, Some Good News, or whatever he's
Yup.
calling it now. So he's just did his recent episode, and this is baseball related. I was watching it earlier. So he surprised some nurses at this medical facility out in his native Boston area with 4 lifetime tickets to the Boston Red Sox. And David Ortiz, a former player, presented it to him, and then they gave him kind of like a trip down to Fenway Park, let him run around and stuff. But 4 lifetime tickets to Fenway, that's amazing.
The value there is just as many years as you can keep going to games, right? That's a pretty incredible package. I wonder how you even negotiate something like that. Not even on with the Red Sox for
Yeah, that's
that's pretty incredible. I wasn't even aware that teams offered lifetime season
well,
tickets there.
and I guess they did it for the hospital collectively. So obviously the tickets are going to
Okay.
be shared around. Um, on whatever days and games and stuff too. But I'm just saying it's funny because John mentioned that he had been waiting on the waiting list for 16 years to get tickets, season tickets and stuff. And
Right.
but I mean, it's cool. They went to deserving people, our first responders and medical people, those people that are still on the front lines, still continue to do their thing, still put their lives in harm's way with what is still going on right now. So I mean, hats off to them. Hats off him to him trying to support that and get that going. So
Uh,
other than that,
Very cool.
I mean, I got nothing. I know before somebody rats me out, which my wife already did, I am going to unfortunately turn a year older tomorrow. So I might feel a little slower and older, and you might have to speak up a little bit more. So,
There's April birthdays, man.
yep.
There's April birthdays. A lot of them.
Yes, it is. Oh, yeah, what was that last one here? Hank Aaron, first Major League Baseball appearance with the Milwaukee Braves in 1954.
See,
Today.
April's always a good month. You always have baseball, you have, NBA playoffs right around the corner. So to have a birthday as well, it's just kind of like the cherry on the cake. It's a good way to kick off spring, all the bad winter if you yeah, maybe not in your area, but all the bad
Ha!
winter months are kind of clearing up and the sunny skies are coming out. Just a good time to be alive in April. And I know current state of affairs maybe not so much, but we'll get back to it, and at least we can enjoy this nice weather here in the PNW.
Yeah, we would love to get back out there sometime soon. Hopefully, for some baseball. So, up next, we got Washington Nationals at Seattle Mariners playing at T-Mobile Park. The roof's going to be open. We're on a cool 50 plus degrees, or the Mariners are wearing their home whites with blue trim. And I'm not sure what I set the Nationals at. So, last week we had Tajon Walker on the mound. This week we're going to start with Justice Sheffield. The lineup's pretty mixed up. I swapped out Dylan Moore with Seager, and
Yep.
pretty much the rest of the lineup's the same. A lot of you guys, if you guys aren't familiar with the Mariners lineup this year, the new faces we have: Carlos Gonzalez. Kyle Lewis is kind of a permanent fixture in left field. Evan White's now kind of on the full-time roster. Yeah, we just kind of played through it. Last week's game was pretty tough watching that one. That one did take a while, and kind of some
Yeah, it did.
unrealistic pitch counts going into the late innings. So,
Just a marathon game, so hopefully we get a brisk team. Well, both teams like to work fast, so yeah, hopefully a nice little change of pace in this game.
yep. So let me get this set up here. Sometimes I gotta come in here and change the settings so we don't listen to the the loud ass music and stuff on here. So now, if you guys are familiar with this, we are streaming MLB The Show. It's on PlayStation 4. This is pretty much our fallback for baseball right now. James and I kind of just started doing this a few weeks back. We've been talking about it for a couple months and stuff. So it's our small level of enjoyment that we can get right now instead of having to watch each and every single Mariner classic that they've been showing on the TV for the past couple weeks. Oh yeah, it's the '95 game again. Oh, it's the 2000 series again. You know, it's just.
Yep. So I'm excited for this. Good looking lineup on both sides of the both sides of the diamond. There's that word. You know, for the Nationals, they come in. They got Trey Turner in that leadoff role. Trey Turner has the possibility to steal 40 bags any year. Also has 20 home run pop. They got Juan Soto as that cleanup. Starlin Castro, who really coming into his own in that 3 spot. Just up and down their lineup. Everybody's a tough out World Series hero in Howie Kendrick. So just a good lineup for them.
And it's like I was saying, the Mariners with their home whites and the blue caps. I like these old school outfits that they've brought back.
Yep. And taking the mound for the Mariners, we have Justice Sheffield. You know, only a few games last year, 0-1 with 5.5 ERA and 36 innings. He does have a good strikeout to walk ratio, and he's just gonna grow with over time as he gets his feet wet here in the league. Overpowering lefty. Could have the career arc of Randy Johnson, according to my friend. He really thinks that they match up in some characteristics.
That's interesting. I mean, I know Sheffield's talented, but I wouldn't even expect or even imagine him being like on a level of Randy Johnson.
Yep. Yeah, first pitch, 7 p.m. Gonna be outside for a ball there to Trey Turner. But yeah, you know, with Justice at the major league level, he's really just had some issues with control. And it's almost one of those things where Nolan Ryan told Randy Johnson if he would just start laying, landing on his back foot, if he just laid on the front, you know, he could fix that control. So maybe just an issue with a slight tweak with Justice, and he might be good to go.
Oh, nice pitch. 96 miles per hour on the gun.
96 on the gun. Trey swinging right through it. Could not catch up to it. And Justice works a good 1-2 count on a strong leadoff hitter. The Nationals really spark plugged their offenses, getting Trey Turner on base, getting him over to second, and just a bloop, and tended to get off to an early lead. And there we go. Kyle Lewis is gonna bobble that, and just like that, we got runner on, going for 2, and he's gonna get in there safe. So
I missed that completely. I have to watch this again.
Yep, Trey Turner just a burner on the paths. This nice little off-speed pitch, just right over the third baseman's head. Kyle can't get to it. It's gonna make it a double instead of a single, unfortunately.
Seems like a pretty packed house here now. I always notice is that when the big teams from out of town come in, it seems that their fans like to take over.
Yep. So a packed crowd. Justice doing a good thing there, trying to keep him honest there at second. Trey can definitely swipe third with ease with the best of them. Gets that one in there. So another good count to another strong hitter. An 0-2 count here. Packed crowd, absolutely packed crowd for the World Series champs coming into T-Mobile Park.
Where is your favorite spot to sit in the stadium?
Favorite spot? I have a couple, and they're both on the first baseline. I like the 300 level, right around 324, 320, somewhere around there. I also just like, you know, 10 rows up on the first baseline. I also like King's Court, so King's Court always a fun time. I don't know anymore if I'll enjoy King's Court, obviously with Felix gone, but all right, and that one's not gonna get down to the outfield, so
whoa,
gonna save a run right there. Whoa.
He got him out. He tagged him out. Oh my God.
Tag. Trey Turner with some heads-up base running. Kyle Seager says, "Nuh-uh, not in my yard." And Trey Turner is going to be sitting down for the rest of this inning.
Oh, that's not Kyle over there. That's
is that Dylan?
That's Dylan Moore over at third.
Dylan Moore showing off the Kyle Seager-esque glove and heads up play.
That's interesting that the Nats even ran on that loose ball too.
You know, I think Dylan there, he clearly made an error just, standing off the base, and Trey tried to take advantage of it. Trey, a several year major leaguer heads up player, and the Mariners were just able to get there just a little bit before him. So Sheffield now 11 pitches, 2 outs, and has a 2-0 count here to Starlin Castro, who very, very good at the plate.
Justice so far, other than the little bloop single and the error in the outfield, he's actually pitching pretty dominant.
Yeah, pretty dominant. Has a 3-0 count here on Starlin, so we'll see if he walks him on 4 or he looks to get back in and put something over the plate.
Well, and that heads-up play at third just saved the run, too, because that would have got one right in.
Just saved a run there, and Starlin Castro is going to get on base for the big power hitter, Juan Soto. Now, Juan Soto, a.k.a. the childish Bambino. This guy, 20 years old, monster power, going to overtime evolve into one of the game's best hitters. I think scouts have just said that he is very wise for his age, very mature. At one point, he was the youngest outfielder in the league, and he was raking from the moment he got called up. So surprise call up, and just huge power right out of the gates. You're gonna get a piece of that one.
Nice.
And Mariners are gonna get out of the inning. Easy play from Malix out there in center. And Mariners due up with Gordon, Malix, and Dylan Moore in that 3-hole.
Anibal Sanchez. Now, see, I do know the Nationals have the talent. They have a really strong pitching staff.
Anibal Sanchez is one of the most underrated pitchers to ever grace the major leagues. 11-8, 3.85 ERA. Did not get a lot of credit last year with Scherzer and Strasburg on that roster. Kind of flies under the radar, but in terms of pitchers in that 3 slot, you really can't get any better than him. Not many teams have a 3-deep pitching staff. D's gonna try and bunt this one on, try and catch him sleeping, but it is gonna go foul. D 3 for 6 career overall against Sanchez. Of course, Sanchez did have some time with the Detroit Tigers, where he almost got that perfect game. I believe it was at least a no-hitter. It might have been a perfect game. 8 2/3 before an umpire error at first ruined it for him. Are you familiar with that?
Yes, I did watch that game, and that was it was just a completely unfortunate event.
Just the look on his face, like everybody knew the umpire had made an error. That has to be the worst way to lose. And speaking of losing, he loses him here. Definitely wastes a fastball up and in, trying to get the hitter's eyes up in the zone. Look for maybe something off speed, low and away.
I believe that umpire too apologized to him immediately after the game, and like the next day he felt so bad about it.
Yeah, I can only imagine. So works at full here, 3-2. The ball is in play. Is going to be able to range over and get to it for the easy 1 away, but that was a good at-bat by D, looking at 6 pitches, setting up Malix and Dylan Moore, getting a good look at what Anibal is throwing out there today.
I'm expecting D to be a lot more patient this year. I think last year he had a lot of anxiety from his injury, and Malix got a blooper right up to the right side, skips right past the second baseman.
Yep, Malix is going to get on, and that's a good position with 1 out. Malix led the league last year in stolen bases with 46. With Dylan Moore in the 3-hole, I think they'd probably be looking to steal a base. Dylan doesn't quite have a lot of power, so if Malix can find his way over to third, that'll be the best chance to get him home.
Yeah, as I was saying about D is his patience and stuff and anxiety from last year, just trying to perform. I understand too is he's recently become a father. He's definitely been bragging about it on Instagram, which is great. So I'm sure he's gonna have a lot of fun with that this year.
Can you imagine D. Gordon as your dad? I'm not sure.
I don't
Do they
know.
do they al- do they allow do they allow big kids to have kids of their own? Because I feel like that's what it would be like living with D Gordon.
Yeah, that's true.
Just a pleasure to have her in the locker room. Always a funny guy. One of my favorite D Gordon moments from last year is he really loved the turn ahead the clock night. And you just see him, and I think that was a year before actually. Oh, pitch out right here. Malik isn't going, but D and Ben Gamble and Nelly Cruz were the three that really embodied that turn ahead the clock when the Mariners went back to 1996, which was also a turn ahead the clock night. It was a lot of fun that night.
It's like Malik's got that clean.
Yep. Malik takes off, pitches high, no chance. Malik's in there, no tag at all from Castro.
Already got some aggressiveness going on the base.
And again, this is going to set up Dylan Moore nicely. Now, even a sacrifice gets him over to third. Malik has a wheel, so he doesn't need to be on third, but...
Oh, that was so close to being fair.
Just foul past the first baseman. Dylan really wanted that one. But we'll reset on a 1-2 count and try and do it again. Fouls that one away. So only one out here. 12 pitches by Anibal Sanchez. So Mariners definitely working the count here. Dylan Moore going to face a 1-2 count here.
Oh my.
Ooh.
Oh my.
Oh boy.
I don't know. I don't know what to say about that pitch.
Dylan looks like he just got the Big Mac that was not as advertised by McDonald's. You open it up and just utter disappointment. Did not expect that strike three. And we got Bogey, Big Daddy up on the up at the plate, swinging through that one. Hopefully he can get this run across. Vogelbach, strong start last year, kind of a weaker finish, but he's always a threat there up at the plate. Looking trim, looking buff.
Still
swinging through that.
Still swinging for some crap.
That was a good pitch right there. Just kind of snuck it by him there. Middle of the plate. Hits the off speed. Probably look to speed him up here. Maybe waste a pitch on an 0-2 count. Struck him out. Strike three. Unfortunately, Anibal Sanchez is going to get out of the inning. Pumps his fist. Only the first inning, though, so he's a little hyped. And we'll move on to the top of the second.
You can't beat that view. If you're sitting up in the right field, like upper deck and just looking downtown, I mean, you can't beat that view.
Oh, truly. It is fantastic, especially at night as the sun's going down. Just an amazing view. We got a bunt here. Dylan Moore cannot get to it. That's going to get on. Drops down a bunt. A good heads-up baseball right there to get on board with none out.
That ball's got to be lathered with butter because that's the second time Dylan's not been able to grip that thing.
Yeah, that was going to be a tough throw even if he was able to get it. So, you can... I don't think you can fault him too much. That's the play Kyle Seager probably makes on a routine basis, but... Do we just have Kyle on the bench now? Is Kyle available to pinch hit?
Kyle is available to pinch hit.
All right. It's a routine day off for Kyle. No injuries.
Yep. He's just chilling. He's that senior veteran on the team now. He needs to get a couple days on the bench every once in a while.
Yeah, and I mean, it's really strange not seeing Kyle in the lineup. He's been such a staple for so many years, even through the ups and downs. It's always weird to see a card that does not have Seager's name somewhere on that 1 to 9.
Looks like the skipper's itching his face.
Gets a good count there on 3 to 1. Fouls it off. Gonna reset. We'll be at 3 and 2 here. Runner on first. Justice would like a double play here. Definitely don't want to get 2 on for Kurt Suzuki. You're gonna get that one to the outfield. So runners on first and second now for the Trump supporter Kurt Suzuki. Very happy for his World Series White House appearance.
So Kurt's been around a while. I did see Kurt when he played on the Minnesota Twins. I know he's just an absolute solid catcher. He had a couple of years with Oakland too. Yep, he was divisional rival. So
yeah, I mean, there's not a whole lot you can say about Kurt Suzuki. I mean, pretty par for the course. You know, good numbers, not great numbers. 17 home runs last season, 265. You know, that's good production out of your catcher spot. Really flies under the radar though.
It's interesting. This is the second time Kurt's been with the Nationals.
Yep, second stint with the Nationals. You know, he's also with the Twins, and also got a start, I believe, in Oakland. Gonna get into a double play here. A runner is gonna advance to third with 2 outs, and that's gonna set him up nicely to get out of this jam.
Anytime anybody ever says jam, I think about Spaceballs.
Ha! I was thinking about a nice PB&J sandwich myself.
PB&J. Strawberry preserves.
Yep. The official food of the quarantine.
I would think ramen noodles or some sort of canned soup that you don't know what's inside and it's been sitting there for 3 years.
Yeah. So National League team normally don't have the DH. So they've got the speedy Michael A. Taylor in the DH spot for them. Interesting choice. Could definitely go with a Ryan Zimmerman in the spot, you know. Zimmerman, been with them since I believe 2007. But they have Michael Taylor slotted in this hole as a DH, so always trouble on the base paths, but he does have some trouble getting on base.
Cargo runs it down, 3 outs.
All right. Gets out of the inning, you know, 2 on, no out to get away from that inning with no runs. That's a good inning right there for Justice. That's a big league inning.
Speaking of our right fielder, Carlos Gonzalez, he's that free agency acquisition here, 1-year deal, trying to kind of rebound his career right now.
Yep, like we talked about in the last Vogue Vision. Good deal for both teams. You know, keeping the spot warm for guys like Kalanick and Julio Rodriguez down there in Mariners farm system. Also gives him a chance to rebound, prove that he is still capable of playing every day on a major league level. 3 for 13 lifetime against Anibal Sanchez, and he'll be looking to get this started as he takes a fastball high for ball 1. Anibal Sanchez, you know, I think he's probably over a 10-year veteran at this point. No stranger, played for multiple different teams. You consider him a journeyman, but I really think that he's found a good home here on the Washington Nationals. You know, I think he's been in a position at times where he's been a 1 or 2 guy in the rotation. Maybe the pressure gets to him a little bit, but no pressure here, knowing that he's got Scherzer and Strasburg ahead of him.
Just kind of browsing through his stats right now. He's lifetime 108 wins and 108 losses, so he's right there in the middle. I mean, yeah, this is as of this last year, and he's played in 339 games, got a career average of 398.
I could be wrong, but I believe he got his start in Florida and then made his way to Detroit.
He did, yes. Florida up until 2011 and got swapped over mid-2012.
Yep. And Cargo gonna foul off a number of pitches there. Really, really good AB. Could not beat that one out, unfortunately. Tom Murphy now hitting 273 last year with 18 bombs. Tom Murphy is an up-and-coming catcher in this league after never really getting a shot in Colorado. Got a shot last year behind Omar Narvaez. And, yeah, definitely now starting catcher.
Tom's my new fan favorite. He's not the favorite, but he is my new fan favorite.
Tom Murphy in 2020 is what Edgar Martinez was in 1995. Under the radar just about everywhere else.
Yep.
And, you know, obviously doesn't have the eye, won't never have the numbers. So don't get me wrong there. I guess what I'm getting at is, you know, Tom Murphy is very sneaky good, and nobody knows how good he is unless you face him on a regular basis. So working a 2-2 count right now. But just one of those kind of the new breed of catchers, if you will. Kind of the hybrid athlete type catcher, you know, not the bad knees. You know, he has
stretched out for that one.
Lays out, makes the play, stealing a single away. from Tom Murphy.
And we got the track on that one too. Oh boy, look at that. 18 miles an hour. Wow.
Victor Robles hitting the hyper, the warp drive, if you will. Route efficiency 100%, covers 73 feet. Holy cow. That's going to bring up Kyle Lewis, Mariners touted prospect, from one touted prospect to another. You know, huge power with Kyle. Isn't going to be able to run balls down there in the outfield, but he can mash a ball a mile. Cannot get that one past the third baseman. That's going to be an easy inning of work for Anibal Sanchez. Cargo gave him a little bit of trouble, but next two batters really not anything going on there. We'll move into the top of the third with Carter Kieboom, Trey Turner, and Adam Eaton due up for the Nationals.
Leading off for the Nationals, the third baseman, number 8.
Was that Carter Kieboom?
Carter Kieboom.
Oh.
Carter Kieboom. That average is not correct. He is not hitting perfect with 8 home runs.
Carter Kieboom.
I believe he hit about 270 last year. Highly regarded prospect, just part of the youth movement here in Washington. One of the reasons they're going to have a very good team for a very long time. Good eye at the plate, has pop in his bat.
Oh, Kieboom. I just vaguely saw it. Carter Kieboom, shortstop. Here we go. Oh man.
You cannot ask for a better major league name, Carter Kieboom.
It's 2 home runs, a 128 average last year.
Okay. Not indicative of his skills at all. Very highly touted. Works a full count here. Sheffield gonna look for the punch out. First one of the game for him.
Carter was the Nationals draft pick in 2016, first round, 28th overall.
Yep. Very popular in the trading card world.
Is it just because of the name?
Yep. Swings and a miss. Gonna sit down. That's going to be the first strikeout for Sheffield in the game. I didn't have a clever call right there. Swings right on through that one, and we'll get back to the top of the order now with Trey Turner.
1-0.
Trey, of course, got one down in the first inning, 1 for 1. Got just a little bit past Kyle Lewis and was able to advance on the air out in left field.
It's interesting. Carter's playing. He must be the DH or something because you got Trey Turner as the short also.
Yeah, so they have Michael Taylor as the designated hitter. I think Carter is playing third base for today. And that one looks like it is going to get through as well. So Trey Turner, 2 for 2 on the take. Can't keep him off the base paths. With one gone, they'll look for a double play ball from Adam Eaton, second in the lineup.
Adam Eaton. Well, he has been around for a while.
Pitch out right there, keeping Trey Turner honest over there at first base.
Now Justice, he got called up. Did he even get called up last year? Toward the end of the last year, right? For a couple of games.
Yeah, he did have about 36 innings or so in the majors. That one's going to get through as well, it looks like. So we're going to have runners on first and second again with 1 out. The Justice, yeah, he got a few spot starts last year. Mariners weren't willing to kind of go all in on him last year, unfortunately. But it is looking like this year that he's going to have a lot more rope. Hopefully he'll be up in the majors all year and won't be spending time between Tacoma and Seattle.
Starlin Castro up 1 for 1, single to first.
Yep, so nice little jam here in the third inning. You got Juan Soto hitting behind Starlin Castro, so this is a scenario where definitely want to look for a double play ball. Start Soto off with a clean frame without an RBI opportunity.
Justice working 44 pitches so far. He's still pitching pretty good. Just throwing it right down the middle if you know whatever you can get across the plate.
Yep, really battling out there. Second time through the lineup. These guys have already seen quite a few of his pitches, so just trying to work the edges a little more, trying to get some swings on some pitches out of the zone. Really just kind of trying to keep him honest.
Got a pop up to Cargo in the right field. Right, brings it into the cutoff man, and we got the second base advances to third.
Yep, so first and third here. This is going to be a good RBI opportunity for Soto. For Justice, he's going to just be trying to keep the ball low, try to get a ground ball, and try to prevent that run from third. Not the first time in the game the Nationals have got a runner to third and weren't able to pick up a run. So
Justice is still tossing in the high 90s. I mean, the kid's just all raw power. I mean, that's what I love about it.
Yep, so it takes the first couple pitches and gets a 2-0 hitters count. Justice really just looking to make one quality pitch here and get out of this inning unscathed.
Oh, caught the corner right there.
Yeah, that one was definitely a little low. It could have went either way. Lucky just for Justice, he gets a veteran's call there. That one's gonna miss the zone though, so we're gonna go to 3-1. Victor Robles on deck, so much more manageable with Victor Robles. You might even consider wasting a pitch here just to get to him with Soto. Such a tough hitter.
Tries to work the corner, doesn't get the call.
Yep. So it's gonna leave bases loaded now. Victor Robles to great five tool player, really great out in the outfield as we saw with that play last inning. And at the plate, he has not put it all together yet against Major League hitting. Did have a single there in the second, so hopefully Justice can produce a ground ball or a pop-up here and get this out and get out unscathed without giving up a run. He was cruising through those first two innings, though. Now he's at 53 pitches as he looks to try to get out of the third here.
I like it how he's just throwing it right at him. He definitely worked that count in his favor.
Yep. Any 0-2 count here, any single is going to produce 2 runs.
Oh, so lucky. So close.
Just foul on that.
Oh,
it looks like he's going to give it a pop-up to end the inning.
Oh. Mariners eke out of the inning.
Justice Sheffield walking a tightrope here in the third, gets the bases loaded, gets Victor Robles to pop out to Cargo in right field. Mariners due up with the 8-9-1. We're going to see Evan White take his first hacks, followed by J.P. Crawford and D. Gordon at the top of the lineup. Evan White here. Evan White, highly touted prospect for the Mariners. Mariners just said, we just want to buy out his contract. We want him to play at the Major League level. We need somebody at first. And gonna swing at the first pitch here, pop it out to center. But I'm really impressed by Evan White. I think as the season progresses, I think people will really start to learn his name.
Yeah, it was very interesting with such a young kid that they landed him such a long contract, or a big contract.
It's not very often with talent like Evan that you see them just buy out their arbitration years, give him a deal, and say, we want you at the major league level. He did not spend that much time at Double-A last year, and all indications were going to be that he was going to make the team out of spring training camp. So, very surprising move by the Mariners, especially when they have so many guys down in the minors, like a Jared Kalanick, like a Julio Rodriguez, guys they could make similar moves with if they were just going to bring these guys right up right away. So it was really interesting to see them do that with Evan. J.P. Crawford working a 1-1 count here. Swings at that off speed, low and down the middle. Looked like a good pitch, but had some good break to it. JP couldn't put his bat on it.
It's very interesting to go back, I'd say about, when Jack Z was the GM and looking at some of the talent that he was exploring or signing or something like that, or the massive contracts that he was kind of flooding the team with. And then you look at it today with, how depleted our farm system was then and how flush it is now. It's just like, it's so weird seeing all this talent now within the organization. You have these hopes and dreams, but obviously 18, 19 years of no playoffs, it's kind of like, okay, what are you going to do next,
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, there are still remnants of the Jack Z era. The Kyle Seager big deal, Felix's big deal, pieces that you couldn't really move to contribute to that youth movement. And they're just coming off the tail end of that. Had a tough goodbye with Felix last year. I'm sure we'll have a similar situation later this year with Kyle. But yeah, just the Mariners, they're just in that full rebuild mode. You can kind of tell, maybe they thought they could compete last year, and they didn't make any big deals for the sake of not wanting to, keep those big contracts, because they're going to have a lot of young guys that they're going to have to give contracts to and make some tough decisions down the line.
I'm really curious if this is kind of, Kyle obviously has to produce. He's on his last 2 years of contract, but I'm curious if the Mariners even have, like, a plan to keep him, a part of the team, or it's just like, we'll see what the price is, or we'll see what happens.
Yeah, it's tough to lose two faces of the franchise. It would be interesting to see if they would be willing to bring Kyle back on maybe a hometown discount or a veteran discount or what have you. Kyle's still relatively young, so he could be looking for a big deal. Looks like that one is gonna get snagged by Dylan Moore. Great play over there at third. It's in the same vein as Kyle Seager.
Yeah,
it'll be interesting to see what happens with him.
I think the hope too is that Mitch Haniger was gonna kind of come into his own this past year, but obviously with his injuries and him being out for an extended period of time, that kind of put plans on hold.
Yeah, Mitch was a really big building block in this youth movement, and I think with him essentially losing an entire year last year, it's going to be interesting to see what they want to do with him too. I think he's still a guy with a couple years of team control, just through those arbitration years. But Mitch, for all indications, 2008 All-Star, 2018 All-Star, looked like he was a guy that was gonna be a part of this organization for a very long time.
The batter, number 3.
D tries to glove that, tosses to first, and he just misses it by a few steps.
Yep. Mariners have Nestor Cortez Jr. warming up in the bullpen. JP getting up there in pitch count. And, a lot of traffic on the base paths. Flips it over to second. Cannot get the guy at first.
Now batter, number 8.
Nice stop by the pitcher.
Yeah, Justice gets a glove on it, but unfortunately he can't field it clean. JP gets taken out there at second. And that's going to have Carter Kaiboom come up again here. Struck out last inning, but as you can see, they've just had base runners. Seems like every inning they've had multiple base runners. Justice really laboring, trying to keep Taylor honest there over at first.
Well, count 1-0.
Comes inside, can't get the swing and a miss on that. Can't get the call either. Pitched out right here. Gonna prevent the steal attempt. Tom does have a good arm behind the plate. Now Narvaez maybe had a little bit better, a little stronger of an arm, but Tom the athlete definitely gets to his feet a little bit quicker. They're really worried about Taylor over here on the base paths.
Oh, Malix gloves it, brings it in. Probably an unnecessary throw to third, but at least Malix got it in.
The batter, number 7. Shortstop, Trey Turner.
Yeah, so I think that one actually dropped in. So Trey Turner gonna be up through. Yeah, it did. Third time in the 4th inning. Gonna end the inning though, so it's crazy how many base runners they've had without a run scored. Wild but effective. 8 hits through 4 innings. Nothing to show for it, as the Mariners are going to bring up Smith, Moore, and Vogelbach here in the bottom half of the inning.
Leading up.
Now, who were those? The
Mariners,
two
center
minor
fielder.
league guys that they were pretty touted last year's draft that they pulled up. It was a pitcher and another guy.
That's a good question. Let's go ahead and see if we can figure that out.
Now batting. The third baseman.
The
Deep
name,
fly out there.
the names are like on the tip of my tongue, and I cannot remember who they are.
No, I hear you. I kind of see if I can. So we got George Kirby. Is that who you're thinking of?
Yep, George Kirby. Yep, that's one.
The 6'4" from Elon University. He won the Colonial Athletic Associate Player of the Year with an 8-2 record and a 2.75 ERA, 3 complete games, including a shutout, 107 strikeouts to 6 walks over 88 innings. So with Kirby, you're going to get massive control. Yeah, he's definitely going to be one to watch in the Mariners farm system as he progresses.
Now batting.
I'm trying to find yep, George Kirby, first round, pick number 20.
Yep.
Brandon Williamson.
Yep.
Let's see.
Dylan Moore gonna strike out there. Can't catch up to the pitch from Anibal Sanchez. Gonna bring up Daniel Vogelbach, our hero.
The savior, the messiah.
Swings on through that 90-mile-an-hour cutter for an 0-1 count. And quickly 0-2. So Anibal on cruise control right now through the 4th inning. Vogie will look to keep it alive.
And the other guy that we're looking at is Jared Kelenic.
Yep, Jared Kelenic came over in the trade from the Mets that involved Robinson Cano.
Vogie's gonna trick. He's just turned on the burners and he hit down the first base line and he's safe from a wild pitch. Actually, I think that was a little blooper off. It should have been a strikeout.
Yep, a rare strikeout wild pitch for Daniel Vogelbach. Gonna bring up Cargo in the 5-hole. It's gonna take a whole lot to get Vogie in. He would prefer just a home run, put him up 2-0. But Mariners have not had very many base runners to this point. Vogie, you could argue, isn't exactly a base runner, but did flash the wheels there.
I saw a little dust pickup along the base path there. A little dribbler looks
little chopper. Not gonna get past Anibal Sanchez. Gonna be able to throw to first in time to end the inning. The Mariners do get one on the wild pitch strikeout. Vogie reaches, but can't get anything across as we enter the 5th inning. Big Juan Soto up in that 3-hole. Leading off the inning with Adam Eaton, who is 1 for 2, so 3rd appearance here in 5 innings. Justice with 64 pitches, so these guys are getting out and hitting it, swinging at everything, really, but they are making a lot of good contact.
Nobody's gonna go.
Drops down the bunt, gonna go foul. Right over Tom's head. Tom's like, yeah, somebody else can get that.
Oh, cut him on the inside.
That was a ugly pitch from Eaton right there. Ugly swing. And Justice says, man, if he's swinging out that, let me set up way outside. Works a full count now, so, man, he is just throwing a ton of pitches this game. 69 pitches so far. 3-2 count to Adam Eaton.
Wow, 2 pop-ups.
Eaton doesn't get all of it. Gets under it. Cargo gonna be right there to make that catch. So, say what you will about Justice. Throwing a lot of pitches. They're making good contact. 8 hits, but 0 runs on the board to show for 8 hits. Cargo has been quite busy out there in right field. If you ever have Starling Castro, Definitely, definitely a threat to go deep in any at bat. Uh, Justice well aware of that, so hopefully he won't leave anything out over the plate.
1-1.
So speaking of throwback uniforms, do you catch obviously football in the world of football? Someone posted this actually had been done up a while ago, but a picture of Russell Wilson in the old school Seahawks outfit, and then Russell retweeted it, and he's like, "Let's make this happen."
That would be very cool. Is that the old silver and blues?
Yep.
That would be fantastic if they brought those back. Big fan of the throwback kind of days. Eaton's gonna draw a walk there, or that was Castro, excuse me. Gonna draw a walk there. Get on base with one out for Soto. So Soto, huge threat right here. Sheffield at 75 pitches.
Looks like the skip's
Skip,
coming out.
Skip gonna make a move right here. Yep, Skip gonna that's gonna do it for Sheffield, going 4 1/3 today. Not gonna risk it third time through the lineup for Soto. So I believe it's gonna be Nestor Cortez, and that's not a bad outing for Sheffield. You know, goes 4 1/3, doesn't give up a run. Nestor Cortez Jr. gonna come out of the pen. 5-1 last year with a 5.67 ERA. Quite the interesting stat line. 69 strikeouts versus 28 walks. So Nestor going to be called on here in a big situation to get a very big out in Juan Soto, who hit 34 home runs with 110 ribbies last year. Soto going to swing at the first pitch right over to Malik. Malik's going to make the play. Going to be 2 away.
The center fielder, number 16.
You ever been to DC?
I have been to DC, actually. I was unable to catch a game, unfortunately, but I did spend a few days up in the area. Did get to see the Washington Monument and things like that. Got to see the White House. That was in a much simpler time. Yeah, that was a good time. So DC, good place. You know, I've been there once. Would love to go back. How about you?
It was a few years back. I went out there on a trip, and then I went there when I was younger. But you're right. It is a very different place to be now, post 9/11, and everything else that's been going on in the world.
It's an interesting city. It's a good, it's easy to get around. It's a lot easier than you might think. And some of the monuments and things like that, the park, can't remember the name, getting away from me right now. It's just, you see it on TV a lot, and then you visit it, and it's a much different experience than what you'd expect. We have Nestor Cortez Jr. on the mound. Did get Juan Soto now, but facing another tough AB here. Looking to get out of this inning unscathed as we take a 0-0 game. Good pitch right there. Was able to lay off. Robles working a 2-2 count right now.
I would say that this game is slow, but it's not, because it's actually been back and forth.
Yeah, the Mariners have not had too many people on the base paths versus, the Nationals, who have had everybody on the base paths. But still, both sides, regardless, 0-0, and that's going to ring him up, striking him out like a bill collector, trying to get a minimum payment from a millennial. Not going to happen. Puts him away. That is going to take us to the bottom of the 5th inning. Murphy, Lewis, and White due up. Got my partner in the commentary booth to lose it right there.
And we're going down to Heidi Watney while I collect myself.
Yeah, Heidi Watney just paying compliments to me for that great strike 3 call that I stole from somewhere on the internet.
If you guys aren't paying attention tonight, James is trying to work in some zingers, so do keep notes.
This is our what is this game number 4 for us on the season?
Technically, yeah, it's game 4 we've done.
Yep. Trying to get better. I feel like we're in the I don't know what you want to call it. It's gonna get good, or we're gonna stop doing it.
We're kind of like preseason. We're like roster invites. We don't have like contracts yet,
Yep.
so it's like
Yep.
on the fence.
Yeah, trying to figure out where we want to put this thing, where we want to stream this thing. I have it going on my YouTube channel. We've got it going in the Vogelbach Country group on Facebook. Got it on Twitch. So we are really just deciding what the hell this venture is that we're doing, and we're glad that you're a part of it. Tom Murphy now looking at pitch, swinging through there. Going to be a 1-2 count. Beautiful night here at T-Mobile as the sun goes down. That brilliant purple backdrop under the bright lights here. So Mariners still looking to play to run, very much in this against the World Series champs. Holding strong at a 0-0 game.
That's I think the only reason I like the Nationals is because they beat the Asterix. That's all that matters.
Cannot be understated. Not giving those guys a second ring, being able to do the impossible, and who's to say if the Astros were cheating or not in that World Series either. So pretty incredible stuff. What I think what's disappointing about the Astros, the most disappointing thing about the Astros is that you take away the cheating and they still have a very, very good team up and down the lineup.
That's what blows my mind about the whole thing. You have such a massively gifted team. I mean, just up and down the lineup and the pitching staff, and you still have to, under the assumption you still have to resort to shit like that.
This was not the Florida Marlins stringing together some wins that they didn't deserve or anything like that. This was a World Series caliber team regardless, trying to get an edge over other World Series caliber teams, and it honestly, frankly, just blows my mind.
And I'm sure in every organization, somebody does something, but at least they're not dumb enough to announce it to everybody,
Right. This was something that we were hearing in whispers from major league players before it got blown up and became what it is today. So people suspected cheating in the Astros, maybe not to this extent, but there were people who were making other accusations against them, bringing in a pitcher like Justin Verlander. How did they get him to, spending all those years with a tired arm in Detroit? How did he come up back so strong? How did Garrett Cole go from being pretty good to downright unhittable? So there was a lot of suspect that things may have been going on in the Astros camp that maybe weren't kosher, but I don't think anybody could have seen it to this magnitude where, the whole scandal, not just a camera, but, signs and audible signs and people wearing wires. To me, it blows me away. Just like that pitch is going to blow Evan White away, and we are going to go into the sixth, still scoreless.
Ryan Zimmerman.
Looks like we got a timeout on the player for tying his shoelace.
Zimmerman, big leaguer for probably about 14 or 15 years now. He knows what he's taking a little bit of time. Maybe psych out technique, walking up there with a shoelace untied.
You ever got tickets behind the home plate there? Oh, in that back end section there?
I have not. I have heard that the primary selling point for those seats is the buffet that you get before the game. Have you?
I have actually. It's actually a really cool story, and I'm not going to name drop on here, but I have an aunt who is best friends with a gal whose husband was a former Mariners staff manager, one of the assistants, coaches, and so we were able to get tickets on occasion. Either the players' tickets who didn't use them, or their personal tickets or stuff. So I was very fortunate to meet some cool people, and I met when Jamie Moyer was still part of the staff. I met his wife and a couple other people when we went to the players' entrance one time.
That is a very cool story. Yeah, I've been looking to get back there. It's not too expensive. I believe on average when those tickets are made available, they are about $250 per.
Yeah.
And that's going to be a ground out, so a quick couple of outs here to start the inning. Is that the first out? That would be the first out in the inning. So Kurt Suzuki going to step up to the plate. And Nestor Cortez just kind of on cruise control here.
And Kurt Suzuki didn't step up. It's Michael Taylor.
Yep. And Suzuki was the second out of the inning, so my apologies for losing.
Oh, Taylor takes a whack at it, gets up to the left center right between the outfielders. Malix runs it down, flips it into the cutoff man, looks at second base. Second baseman holds.
Now that's number 8.
And shout out to Randall on YouTube. I do agree that Diamond Club seats can often be found on Craigslist for way too cheap. You ever find anything on Craigslist way too cheap?
I haven't been on Craigslist in probably like 10 years, so.
Since they removed the no.
Yeah, since they removed the personal massage section. Or was it escort services? Yes.
Carter Kai Boom gonna come up here. 1 for 2, had a single back in the 4th. Single is all it's gonna take to get Taylor home. Nestor Cortez gonna look to keep it a tie score here in the 6th.
I guess you'd say one of the pluses tonight is the kind of unlikely defense. I mean, obviously there are a few missteps in the first couple innings, but other than since then they've just been pretty much spot on.
Yeah, the Nationals have been able to just basically, nice strikeout there on the high pitch. Says, have a seat. You're not going to play dodgeball with us anymore. You're going to watch the rest of the club. Gonna go to the bottom of the 6th. 9 hits on 0 runs for the Nats, so their woes just continue. Not able to plate a single base runner up to this point.
Shortstop, J.P. Crawford.
Outside, that's the ball. Two balls, no strikes.
So I saw earlier your selections for whose house you would live in.
Yes. So, for some context, Vogelbach Country had a list of, I believe, 8 or 9 houses with 4 major leaguers or coaches each. Which house would you want to live in? I believe there was one that had, my preference was D. Gordon, Mitch Haniger, and then I believe Corey Guerin and somebody else in that house. That was by far and away my favorite. I think Guerin was actually in Vogelbach's
It was actually Carlos. It was D. Gordon, Carlos Gonzalez, Mitch, and Alex Rodriguez.
Count of 3 and 2.
Yes, that was it. So I thought Alex Rodriguez would be great to share a house with. Probably has a ton of great stories, and Mitch, he's actually somebody who's very quiet. He likes to read a lot of books, so it'd be great to pick his brain about baseball. And the wild card in that group would be D. Gordon, who that's gonna hit him. So Crawford's gonna get on first with 0 outs. This is probably the best opportunity so far the Mariners have had. But yeah, that house just seemed like the most interesting, with D being the wild card.
I like the house number 5: Scott Cervais, Lloyd McClendon, Eric Wedge, and Rick Vaughn. I'm assuming that's Rick Vaughn. Is that Rick Vaughn from Major League, the movie?
Yes, that is who it was. Oh my gosh. Yes, Rick Vaughn, the Wild Thing.
I actually met Lloyd McClendon at a Twins Mariners game, got him to sign a ball before he unfortunately got fired.
I would be kicked out of the house that had I just won't go into that story. We need a commentator's house with James Brett, Aaron Goldsmith, Angie Mentique, and Ryan Roland Smith.
Oh, that would be quite interesting.
That would be a good one.
What we do need, we need to get Bucky on here. Bucky, if you happen to watch this later or you're watching it right now, we would love for you to come on for 5 minutes and just chat with us. We know you got a busy schedule, but I think it would be pretty entertaining.
All right, 3-0 count here, and he's gonna take that one all the way. It's gonna be strike 1. Mariners looking to get something going here in the bottom of the 6th against Anibal Sanchez. He's pitching a 1-hitter up to this point. Again, we are watching the two CPUs do battle in MLB The Show 20 in lieu of baseball. You'd normally be watching this game. Had the season gone on, you'd be seeing the Mariners or the Nationals at the Mariners. And for a big pitch here on a full count.
Oh, D slaps it right up to center fielder. He whips it right into the cutoff man. 2-1, no outs. Mariners going for the rally.
Yep, Malik's gonna come up. Hit 226 last year or so. This is gonna be a good spot where he just needs to advance those runners. Animal really laboring out there. This is definitely his most laborious inning by far that he's worked. He's pretty much cruised his way to this point. No runners really on the base paths. It's kind of getting into good counts, but this is the first time that the Mariners have shown any resistance against him.
Oh, Malik shows bunt, but I don't know where it hit him.
Yep, so that's a matter of Malik's. If he would have just stepped into that one, Mariners would have a bases loaded situation. And seems like Animal may have lost the strike zone here. He's thrown a lot of balls this inning. Now, I don't believe that the Nationals have anybody warming up either. Only 79 pitches. Animal typically good for about 100 pitches. Malik is going to get the wood on that, but is going to foul that ball off. You'd like to avoid a strikeout in this situation. Definitely like to avoid a double play ball.
Oh, Malix crushes it! It's going to the wall! Oh, right fielder snags it at the wall. Second base scurries off to third. Runners on the corners. Malix gave it every single ounce he could. One down, runners advance.
Yeah, Malix hit that hard like a Snoop Dogg blunt, but unfortunately was able to get ran down. Dylan Moore now going to be called on to, he doesn't even have to get a hit here to produce a run. Really just anything into the outfield should score the runner on third. Does want to look to avoid the double play ball in this situation, which would be the worst case scenario. Hannibal continuing to struggle with the strike zone.
Hey, puff, puff, give.
Oh. And again misses the strike zone here. So 2-0 count for Dylan. With Daniel Vogelbach on deck.
Oh.
2 balls, 1 strike, the count.
Dylan just swings over that one. Critical situation here. Runs coming at a premium in this game, so the Mariners definitely want to plate one here and take advantage of it. Any sac fly should score the run. Dylan can't get wood on that one, so we're going to fall to a 2-2 count. And look for the payoff pitch right here on a 2-2 count.
Oh, he takes a hack at it right outside.
Yup, just early on that one, but able to foul it off on a pitch outside. 23 pitches this inning for Anibal Sanchez. Definitely looking like gets that one to the backstop. So good at bat here. Dylan Moore turning in a good at bat. Seeing a lot of pitches, really making the pitcher work.
Oh, no.
Right back to the pitcher. Oh, that is going to be a double killing right there. Going to end the inning as defense reigns supreme there. Still a 0-0 game as we move into the 7th inning.
I was just informed by our a leader Creighton that VC does have posts on Craigslist for members.
Vogelbach country going to all areas of the earth to tell our story. It's gonna be a pop-up, so quick out here, right here, and that's not the start to the inning you want to have. Your starting pitcher just labored on the mound in a big inning, threw about 25 pitches, and 1 pitch and 1 out here for Cortez Jr. as he works into his 4th frame.
0-1.
catches the corner there. It's a good pitch for Cortez. Not sure if I like the decision here. You know, only 18 pitches. He was brought in, I think this is actually his third frame, excuse me. Brought in with 1 out in the 5th, and here he is still out here in the 7th. Very, just getting outs, it seems like. Kind of the polar opposite, because Justice allowed 8 hits in 4 1/3 inning, and only 1 hit since. So highly effective on the mound.
This is definitely a change of pace from last week's game where Taiwan was just getting tagged with everything.
Yeah, Taiwan came on rough outing for Taiwan Walker, but Justice here, you know, to his credit, you know, 4 1/3 scoreless, and then Nestor coming on and keeping the World Series champs scoreless here. Yep, in the YouTube chat, Dylan, you son of a bitch. So I don't know what was worse there, not getting the RBI or the game where he made 3 errors last season. And Starling Castro here with 2 outs. Gonna be maybe swinging away for his fences. This is the second time he's seen Cortez. Typically with a reliever, you don't see him twice. So extended outing here, and this is interesting. This may be their way to ease Justice into the lineup. You know, short innings, you know, not the worst idea. And yeah, see if Cortez can continue to eat innings and save these bullpen arms.
Creighton's asking if he wants to do a Q&A. You might have to explain something. Do you want to jump on?
All right.
Jump on Discord.
Deep fly ball here. Gonna race back. Kyle Lewis gonna make the backhanded grab right there, saving a double. Gonna take us into the 7th inning stretch. And we got Bogey, Cargo, and Murphy gonna do it for the Mariners in the bottom of the 7th. And Nationals, now they got a couple guys up in the bullpen, but Anibal Sanchez gonna come right back out there for the bottom of the 7th inning. So quite the pitcher's duel we have on our hands right here. I believe you asked if Creighton wants to come in for a Q&A. I would not be opposed to a Creighton Alvarez. Is that Creighton Alford?
No,
Alvarez.
Creighton Alford. Yeah.
Yeah, I would not be opposed to a Q&A. Is this one gonna get down? It is not gonna get down for Bogey, so just gets a piece of it, not get it even to the warning track, unfortunately. I believe that's gonna do it for Anibal Sanchez. 91 pitches. Actually, no, they're gonna leave him in. Interesting.
Oh boy, I hope we don't see another 133 pitch game.
So they were looking to the bullpen there. They were considering bringing in somebody, but they're going to try and let Anibal finish out this frame. You know, he's very good against Cargo. 3 for 15 with 5 strikeouts. Lifetime against him. Dylan Moore now going to be called on to...
No ball, 2 strikes.
Oh, I had some echo from extra sound going on here.
Of course you did.
What's that supposed to mean? Hey, I don't get paid for this shit. I quit. All right, stream's done. Bye, everybody. One down for the Mariners. 2 down. 1 down for the Mariners. Yep, 2 down. There we go.
Gonna bring up Tom Murphy. Tom looking to get a rally going here in the bottom of the 7th. Still a scoreless game. Amazing.
All right, looks like...
Diamond.
Oh, gets him down.
Nice play there at third. Gonna get Sanchez out of the inning. 7 strong for him. 7 scoreless for Anibal Sanchez. Seeing Diamond Club or bust this year. Yes, Diamond Club or bust. Assuming we have baseball in the Pacific Northwest, because we are hearing the season may very well get underway with all 30 teams down in Arizona. How do you feel about that?
Just got word from our our illustrious leader that he will be jumping on shortly for a quick Q&A.
All right. I'm going to be joined in the booth.
It's not many times we get joined in our virtual booth here.
And that one's going to be a deep
Now batting. The center fielder.
fly ball. Going to feel that cool, crisp night air. Nothing Kyle Lewis on the warning track. Why is this not on Twitch, they ask. It is on Twitch. If you search for Vogelbach Country, we are just getting it a little bit of a signal boost. And just giving it a signal boost over to YouTube as well. Dropping down the bunt there. Almost an out, but gonna go foul.
Now batting. The first baseman.
Flashing the leather right there. Nestor Cortez Jr., the backhanded grab. Flips it over to Evan White at first, able to put away the speedy Victor Robles. Nestor Gonzalez here, 30 pitches out of the pen. Just a super clutch performance after Justice's good performance. He was really laboring early on, but Nestor really settled down, really just mowing these guys down. Ryan Zimmerman, longtime national, to the plate, takes a strike 0-1. And then 0-2, actually.
Sorry, I'm distracted by Creighton. He's like still doesn't know how to get in here.
Discord is very complicated to use.
Apparently.
Not fault him for that.
Oh, he got him. He got him looking. Oh,
Strike 3. Yep. Strike 3. Just looks at that one like an old man walking by a yoga studio. Gonna take us to the Mariners only 2 hits, looking to get something going here.
And welcome to the booth, Creighton. How you doing this evening? Oh, got to turn your mic on, Creighton.
The left fielder. Kyle Lewis.
All right, back to the game.
All right, we'll wait for Creighton to get his act together. We got Kyle Lewis due up here, and new pitcher on the mound for the Nationals. Looks like it's gonna be rainy. Don't know too much about him, but a strong performance today by Anibal Sanchez, going 7 strong, 7 scoreless.
The first baseman, number 12.
It's gonna be an easy out. 6 strikeouts for Anibal, playing way above his pay grade right there. That was just that's a Max Scherzer-esque performance right there.
The fact that we're scoreless going into the 8th is pretty impressive for the Mariners.
Yeah, the fact that you can keep this offense that, took them to the World Series and then got them past the Asterisks, keeping them scoreless through 8 is a feat in itself. Packed crowd still here, eagerly anticipating that first run of the game. Creighton moves to a channel that we're not in.
I keep moving him down, and he keeps moving himself back up, so he must be cooking his burrito still.
Yep. Nationals got a couple arms warming up down in the pen. Mariners, I would imagine, probably have a couple arms warming up in the pen, too. Any run here is going to make it a save situation in the top of the 9th, but runs have come at a premium in this game. That one misses just away. 2-2. Very good take right there by the young Evan White. Showing that eye to lay off that pitch. And lays off that one as well. So it works a full count with JP on deck. Gets just under it. Gonna go foul. Got a small piece of it. Had the power. Looking for that big cut on 3 and 2. So we'll set up and do it again.
Nope, back upstairs.
Oh, he got him on a walk.
Yeah, that was a very big league at bat there for Evan White. Just laying off a couple pitches that most young hitters just simply would not lay off. and that's gonna get him on first with no out, with 1 out, and JP is gonna step to the dish. Hit by a pitch in the 6th inning. You know, he'd like to punish them for that. Swinging away, hacking at that first pitch.
Welcome, Creighton. Welcome to the virtual studio here at Bogey Vision. How you doing?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, right on. Cool. What's up, guys?
What is going on? We are watching a JP Crawford 0-2 at bat right now. And
Oh, we got him looking.
got him looking at a high strike right there. So, you know, Evan took a couple of those, maybe got a favorable call, and they're going to get one back there, the Nationals are, from that umpire. Rainey going to get his first strikeout of the game. Who's the third prick in this chat? That would be Mr. Creighton, fearless leader of Vogelbach country.
That must be on YouTube.
Sorry if I'm a little sloppy right now. I'm eating burritos, microwave burritos, so trying to get my mic under control. I do here apologize.
No, at least your internet connection is good this evening. We had some trouble hearing you the last time around, so that's strong. Don't mind the burrito mouth. No worries there. The burrito also the food of the quarantine. The official sponsor of Vogelbach country. Your local gas station burritos.
How many times have you officially jacked off this quarantine? That was the real question.
Asking the tough questions.
Hold on.
I thought the
Oh God.
Oh man.
I'm sorry.
I believe we're all either married in this chat or soon to be married. So I don't know what you're talking about. This commentary just jumped the fucking shark with that guy.
I'm a creature of habit, and once that shit got started when I was 12, 13, can't stop,
Creighton providing the very color commentary. Oh, nice backhanded grab right there in foul territory by Carter Kaiboom. Gonna end the inning. So we got Suzuki, Taylor, and Kaiboom due up in the top of the 9th. Still a scoreless game.
Since it's the middle of the inning, I'm going to use this opportunity to dip out. But first, I want to pay my tributes to the two greatest commentators on the internet who will blossom into so much more, so much potential here in this room. So thank you for having me, and look forward to the next Q&A session next week.
Oh my gosh. And that was a Vogelbach country leader, Creighton, everybody who comes in, eating a burrito into the virtual booth.
Like the hopes and dreams of the Mariners. Here he comes.
Yep.
There they go.
Oh man, Kurt Suzuki here, laying off a couple pitches. That one gets in for a 2-1 count here from new pitcher Dan Altavilla. So I know Dan has had his ups and downs on the channel, but nothing. You got to say something about Nestor Cortez there, going 3 2/3 innings strong. Altavilla fires it right down the pike. Strike 3, and Suzuki not gonna be happy about that one.
And at least I know for future reference I'll have to put a censor beep somewhere on my panel here for him.
Yeah, that usually on an MLB broadcast you have that 8-second overrun to get something off the air before it goes live. Did not expect Creighton to be as much of a wild cannon, but I guess we should know better.
Malix just stretches right out like he's doing his yoga pose, straight on, tracks it down, gets the out.
Yeah, Malix there, stretched out like a 4-year porn star in Hollywood, making that catch. 100% root efficiency, 70 feet covered, and saving maybe an easy double in the gap right now. Carter Kaiboom, who made that great catch in foul territory and the bottom of the 8th inning. And now we got see if he can be the deciding factor here with 2 outs in the 9th inning. Mariners got Carl Edwards Jr. and Brandon Warman up in the pen just in case this thing goes to extras.
We might have to call this the XLB, the extreme something best, but I don't know, something.
This has been the PG stream by far, or PG-13.
Yeah.
Hey, on public cable TV as a TV PG, you are allowed to say the S word once an hour.
What?
Fun fact.
I
Yeah.
did not know that. Oh, he got
Very
him
fun
swinging.
fact.
Kaboom goes kaplow. Okay, that didn't work.
Kaboom goes kaboom for the strike 3. Not a very good game for him. Altavilla gonna get out of that inning. Mariners are gonna get down to the bottom of the 9th now. Name a yoga poser. Downward facing dog is a yoga pose. Nacho Nad. Roenis Elias, former Mariner alert on the mound.
Welcome back to Seattle, Elias.
And he's going to have to face Malik Smith as well as Dylan Moore and Daniel Vogelbach. So dream scenario, see if the Mariners can get any.
Oh, you're cutting out.
Nationals have their closer, Sean Doolittle, warming up in the pen, as well as Suaro. Now, under the new MLB rules, Roenis Elias is going to need to face the minimum 3 batters before he can be pulled. So, he's going to see Vogie at some point, and those 2 were teammates. Working a 2-1 count now. Malik's goal right here is just to get on base and maybe even try to swipe a bag. So get on any way you can here in the bottom of the 9th. Prevent the extra inning ball game. Maybe some jitters here returning to face his old club because Elias has worked a 3-1 count here. He can't seem to find the strike zone to Malik's with Dylan due up next.
Oh, Malik's just, it butts it perfectly right down the first baseline, and he's safe! Man on base.
All right, so Malik Smith really heads up baseball right there, recognizing that the second baseman was out of place, sitting back, was able to get that bunt just into the infield, right between the pitcher and the second baseman. Malik has those wheels, going to fly down the line, get in safe, 1 on, nobody out. This is a good scoring opportunity for the Mariners. See if they want to get greedy here and try and get Malik to swipe bag with Dylan Moore do up. Interesting, we're not seeing Kyle Seager in the spot, so maybe unavailable. And Dylan's going to show bunt, pull it back, and take a ball 1. So nerves definitely working on Elias right now. Dylan shows bunt again. That one looks like it's going to go foul, so 1-1 count now.
Looks like he's just going for the sacrifice bunt here.
Yep.
Oh, perfect bunt right down the first base line. Oh, they might get 2. Oh, no.
That's actually a pretty negative trade-off. You get Malik's off the base paths, but keep Dylan Moore on. Can't get him over, so maybe a scenario actually, everybody in the park knows that Malik's wants to run there, so they weren't going to give him an opportunity to get a good jump off first. So Daniel Vogelbach is going to come up, runner on first with 1 out. Vogie had a rough game so far, as have most of the Mariners. Vogie going to look to put a charge in one and swing for the fences, end this game. Vogelbaum would be perfect here to cap this one. Gets it in front of the mound. Just gets Vogelbach at first. That is going to advance the runner into scoring position with 2 outs. Going to set it up for Cargo, who is going to need a single here. Dylan Moore does have pretty good wheels. Chat says let's effing go. I agree. 1 single, all we need to win this game. Very tightly contested game here. Cargo 0 for 3, ground out in the 7th inning. It'd be interesting to see if they want to bring in Sean Doolittle here now that Elias has faced the minimum. But they're going to let him pitch here to Carlos Gonzalez.
Ball, that's outside.
Going to take that one for a ball. So 1-0 count. 2 outs here in the ninth. Runner at second. Looking for that scoring run.
2 balls, no strikes.
Can't remember the last time Cargo hit a game winner. Would be a great moment in his career that has had so few great moments over the last couple of years as he deals with injuries and tries to get a bounce back year. This will be a good start for him on that season.
Oh, he's worked that count, 3-1.
3-1 count here, so you would expect a pretty good pitch in this scenario. Especially with Tom Murphy on deck.
Full count, 3-2.
Come on, Cargo.
3-2 full. See if we can get back up for y'all. 3-2 count.
That's ball 2.
Oh, he
And
got
he's
it.
gonna draw the walk. Sorry about that interruption. 3-2 count, draws a walk on an inside pitch. Gonna bring up Tom Murphy. 2. Oh,
Oh, you're cutting out again.
my bad. I think that was a mutual bad connection right there.
Come on, Tom.
Tom puts a charge in one, can't catch up to a 0-1. His batting effort is the same content as the same as my blood alcohol content. Great comment in the chat. Tom gonna foul that one off to an 0-2 count now. He'll have to look to defend.
One ball, 2 strikes to count.
Good take by Tom right there. Every pitch critical at this stage of the game. Mariners have 2 on here in the ninth.
Ball 2.
Lays off the curve on the outside corner. Does not get the call. Gonna run it up to 2-2.
Tension here. Tom just needs to crush this ball.
3-2.
Yep. This is a very good pitch. Working back in the count now from 0-2 to 3-2 with Kyle Lewis on deck. You know, Elias would just like to end it right here and get his team into extra frames.
Oh,
And,
he
not
lost
gonna
him.
get him. Lost him. Gonna load the bases. It's gonna be Kyle Lewis up with the bases loaded, bottom of the ninth. Little league scenario right here. Any single, any way to get on is gonna win it for his team.
I don't know. I can't see the replay of that last pitch, but I could have swore that was a strike.
It looked like a strike from here on the replay. 12 balls, 10 strikes so far for Elias, and
Oh,
Kyle just gets under it.
first pitch.
First pitch, getting a little excited. Gonna leave 3 on.
This will be the end of the ninth. We're going in deck. Extra inning. Oh, we might be having some technical difficulties with our co-host here. We'll check back with him here in a second. Altabella pitches it out. 0-1. First time we've gone to extra innings this year. I know they were pretty frequent last year with the.
And yeah, I definitely have some issues on my end. I apologize for that. My stream a little bit laggy, but we are here.
Altaveda's worked it up 2-2.
Whoa, that's down.
That ball drops right out 2-2. Still
All
has
right,
that
I
speed in the mid
believe
90s.
I should be back now.
Yep, you're back. I hear it perfect.
All right, my apologies.
2 strikes.
Just had to go get a beer and try to get everything with my stream fixed. I believe we have the connection back, so my apologies for those watching on YouTube.
Got a laser shot right out to the left fielder. He snags it. That's 3 down. We'll be going to the bottom of the inning. Up
Yep,
next, White
not
is
much
White,
missed
Cropper,
on
and
the
Gordon.
YouTube stream. Not much missed on the YouTube stream. Still only 9 hits, so interestingly enough, only 1 hit since Justice came out of this ball game.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for Washington.
Wander Suaro is coming out from the pen.
Wander Suero.
Yep, don't know much about Wander Squirrel. 6-9 record last year, 4.54 ERA, 81 strikeouts to 26 walks. So he is a powerhouse strikeout pitcher out there on the mound. But he did have to mop up. Looks to be a lot of bad starts, unfortunately. Evan White still looking for his first hit in this one. In the bottom of the 10th we go. Neither team able to score a run.
We have to give it to the Mariner faithful for sticking around in the game, but I think it's mostly National fans now.
A full crowd on hand here at T-Mobile Park. Dollar beer night here, keeping the crowd all inning long, extra innings. Kind of a dream scenario for Dollar beer night. And Evan White gonna drop down a bunt, but it's gonna go foul. Interesting, because Evan really doesn't have the wheels to beat that out.
Oh, Evan White just crushes it right out to left center field. Oh, left fielder kind of boggles it. Evan digging down to second. He slides right in and, yep, calls him safe.
So, 1 on with no outs here. So, another runner in scoring position scenario here for the Mariners in back-to-back innings. Got comments in the chat. Good bullpen equals championship. 100% agree. They were able to hold it down there in the 9th in that rough spot. And you got another comment there, give me daddy or give me death. So a lot of things are going to happen to get daddy up this inning. But we do have JP at the dish right now. Going to look at a ball, run the count to 0-1. Was hit by a pitch there back in the 8th inning. That seems incorrect. I believe he was actually hit by a pitch in the 5th inning. Let's go. Runs the count to 2-0. So JP really just looking for something to get on the ground to get that runner over to third. A sacrifice to the first base would be ideal.
Oh,
2-1.
No, that was the perfect pitch right there, but he can't catch up to it. Swings right on through it. Give me daddy and then give me death. That's going to be a ball. So runs the count to 3-1 with D. Gordon on. Mariners got something brewing here for the second inning.
I don't know if. Oh, he just swings right through that.
Swings right through it. Full count now to J.P. Crawford. And swings through that one for the first out of the inning. A little bit off speed. Fooled by that one up in the middle of the plate. Suaro gonna earn a much difficult strikeout right there.
I wonder how fast the Vogelbeck Country crew would get red carded if we started saying "Give me daddy" or "Give me death" in the stands.
Of course, referring to the Vogelbach Country meetup last year at a game where got a warning card for the group. D is gonna get on that pitch, gonna go foul. D, great slap hitter. Can definitely get to parts of the plate that most hitters simply cannot. You know, in his case, any single is a winning hit right here in this scenario. Fortunately, no, Dan Wilson is not up next.
Okay, where's the boomers in the chat?
Yeah, boomers in the chat. Dan the Man, of course, retiring in 2004, I want to say. Is that one going to get by?
No.
Nope. Carter Kaiboom fields it.
The center fielder,
Fields it cleanly, and so he's going to put the game in the hands of Dylan Moore.
Alex Smith.
Oh, Malik Smith. My apologies.
Hey, Malik's is 2 for 4 though.
2 for 4 with 4 of the club's, or 2 of the club's 4 hits today. Seeing the ball incredibly well today. He's laid off a number of good pitches today. That is why they call it the hot corner. Why you almost value defense more than a big bat at that corner. Anytime you can get both, obviously. You've got an Arenado type or
I'm
even
confused.
a Kyle Seager type in his heyday.
I don't know if the crowd's cheering for the batter or the pitcher right now.
The crowd is cheering because there is a fight going on. As you can see them looking up into the stands. 2-1 the count there. Malik's going to swing through that pitch. Good breaking on the off-speed away. Suaro here trying to get out of a jam, trying to get his team into the 11th. In other action around the league, it looks like Los Angeles easily handled Pittsburgh en route to presumably a World Series appearance. Malik is going to foul that off, move the count 2-2-2. Mariners would just like to end this thing. Did you, in your wildest dreams, expect it to be 0-0 in the 10th?
No. And Malik's just swings wildly at something picking away at his bottom.
Well, that was a pitch. That's about all we can say about that one.
All right, we go into the 11th.
Yep. Malik has a runner on second and swings at easily the worst pitch of the night. Carl Edwards Jr. going to take over on the mound. Not too many appearances last year, coming off an injury, but he did get 17 innings of work in. Give up an 8.47 ERA, not indicative of his skill set. So another player, another veteran on this team looking to bounce back, but he's got a tough bounce back right here in Juan Soto, who he faced quite a bit during his time with the Chicago Cubs. He's gonna roll one right in there for a strike. So 0-1 to Juan Soto. Juan Soto is a player you're so shocked at how much they've been able to keep him off the base paths. He's a guy who shouldn't be able to keep off the base paths all night. So eventually, that timer's in the turkey and it's due to pop at any time.
It's another goodism right there. I'm gonna start calling those goodisms.
My chat is reminded of Carl's Jr.
Carl's Jr. That's good food. Well, I mean, if you like fast food.
This stream brought to you by Carl's Jr. I would prefer a Sonic's myself, a nice cherry limeade and a corn dog. But Carl's Jr. not a bad pick. And Carl drops the hammer on him right there. Big swing through for Juan Soto. Gonna be replaying that one in his mind. Now goes upstairs, can't get it. Soto still having delusions of grandeur, trying to hit that curveball 600 feet, and just swinging on through it. Carl tries to go back to the same spot, has a fall outside the zone. Soto's going to take a base, so Soto going to be the first man on in the inning with no outs. Here in the 11th inning of play, we have bonus baseball for you this evening. Almost forgot that we're watching baseball, not basketball.
I'm really curious what they're going to do with the basketball season this year.
I would be a big fan of just awarding, though, a championship to the Los Angeles Lakers.
Yeah, I'm sure everybody would like that.
It'd be the most controversial ring of all time. Imagine if LeBron would go on to get 2 more rings and tie Michael.
Oh.
That's going to be an easy flip. Gets a runner over to second, but gonna sacrifice him over. Imagine if LeBron was able to get 6 rings, but one came on a
technicality
short season where they awarded him a ring.
Yeah.
That would be never live it down.
There'd be an asterisk next to his name.
It's like an asterisk next to the Astros name. Ryan Zimmerman, longtime national here, up with 1 out, runner on second. And Carl can't seem to find the strike zone with that off speed.
If you guys haven't figured it out, we really hate the Astros. And not because they're division rivals, just because they give baseball a bad name right now.
The Astros are a great team to hate. Just like Howard Schultz, who took the Sonics out of Seattle. So, easy people to hate.
Very easy. I remember his non-presidential run too.
Gets that runner over to third, but that is going to be the second out of the inning. They are going to need a single to get in that run. Everyone talks shit about football letting a kicker who hardly plays decide the game, but baseball fans are fine with these limp dick closers coming in and screwing the coot. Very, very good commentary in the YouTube chat.
I'm happy
Very
with
good
that one.
commentary. And Carl Edwards Jr. in one of his first games as a Mariner, really trying to get out of a jam here with Juan Soto on third. 0-0 ball game.
Suzuki just kind of leaned into it and lost the momentum.
Suzuki said, "Make baseball great again," and tried to swing at a pitch 5 feet out of the strike zone. Gonna work to a 1-1 count. And swings through that one too for a 1-2 count.
Count 2-2.
Of course. Suzuki here having a really tough AB. Neither side wants to give. And I have lost my live stream to the game, so I am watching a couple of seconds behind. Gonna work to a full 3-2 count there off of that pitch. And not much you can say about that one. Kurt Suzuki, 2-run blast here in the top of the 11th. Edwards Jr. just says, oh shit, I just punched my ticket to Tacoma. Giving up the run. 2-0 here. Edwards cannot get out of the inning clean. Gonna be the first runs of the ball game here in the 11th inning. Scott Survey says, why couldn't this just happen sooner? Save us a few innings.
Oh no.
Suzuki goes yard. I have lost my live feed to your Discord stream.
Uh-oh.
I'm trying to get it back.
Complete. Now pitching for the Mariners.
I'll start
Number
it.
65.
Yep.
Brandon. Redden.
Yep, there we go.
So Kurt says
Brandon Brennan.
Kurt
Brandon
Suzuki
Brennan.
comes in.
got- yeah, Brandon Brennan gonna come in and mop up this inning. Kurt Suzuki with the 2-run blast.
Howie. Kimball.
He's so close to getting out of that inning, and Suzuki just saw a really good pitch there. Suzuki, a very polarizing figure, great baseball player, but makes pulls no punches when it comes to his appreciation for the current administration of the United States of America.
1 ball, 2 strikes, Sam.
Everybody's got their own flavor.
The chat is asking for the return of one Creighton who is largely passed out now from that burrito he was consuming.
Yeah, Creighton, that was kind of like our surprise guest star there.
You don't get Creighton for a long time, but when he's in the booth, it's a good time. Mariners are gonna look to rebound now with more Vogelbach and Gonzalez up. If they were gonna make a rally, these would be the guys to do it through. So we'll see if Moore can get on base.
Leading up for the Mariners.
0 for 4.
The third baseman. Dylan. Moore.
Rough outing at the plate for Dylan Moore. Kyle Seager unavailable to play today. Just looking to get on base any way he can. Set up for Vogie and Cargo, the power hitters behind him. This game, not a whole lot of action here through it seems like 8 and a third, but then the Mariners turned it on in the 9th, they turned it on in the 10th, and then finally the Nats were able to plate 2 in the 11th. Dylan just gonna swing on through that, so 0 for at the plate today. Not a good showing for him.
Daniel Vogel back up, 0 for 4.
Yeah, rough go for Vogie today as well. Chat really wants Creighton back. I don't think we're gonna get him tonight, guys, but I'd love to see him sit on a full one of these and provide his masterful commentary.
Yeah, looks like the heart of that lineup, other than the heart of the lineup has just been not seeing it tonight.
Yeah, not a whole lot of hits on the Mariners side of things. Malik's with a couple on the day, but couldn't get the big one when it counted.
Oh, we're kind of looking through this here. Next week's game is going to be at Twins. Be sure to tune in every Monday night, 8 Pacific, 9 Mountain, for Vogie Vision. Myself and James will be here. Hopefully we have a couple more people, guest stars, guest talkers, you name it. Drop a comment, a like, a follow in the various platforms, YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook groups.
Yeah, we had that great game against the Twins earlier in the season. As Vogie's going to go down the strikes. Great game against the Twins earlier in the season. This sim is too realistic. Yeah, I agree with you. Although you would hope that the Mariners would be able to plate 1 or 2 runs over 11 innings, and And Vogie just can't get to that one. Rough day for him. 0 for 5 at the plate. Cargo going to be their last opportunity. Swings through that first one. 0 and 1. And just a rough go today for the Mariners. No production out of the bats. And Cargo gonna try to do anything he can to get on board here.
No ball, 2 strikes.
Just not going our way tonight.
Yep. It definitely needs to be said that Doolittle came in, pitched a gem here, just a very quick frame. Their closer.
1 and 2.
And misses there high as Cargo just looks to get on board any way he can, any way to extend this ball game and bring it into the 12th inning. But good hard-fought game here against the World Series champs. Champs coming in on the road and just had the tenacity to grind this one out and found literally one opportunity. And good take right there by Cargo to work into a 2-2 count. And that's what the good teams do. They just grind it out, and games are decided on 1 or 2 at-bats. And sure enough, this one came down to a Suzuki at-bat and just got a hold of one and took it to left.
Oh, and the Mariners go down.
Yeah, so this was a very tough game for the Mariners, obviously, getting shut out here through 11. But, if there is some solace in it, it's the fact that the Mariners were able to take the Nats into extras in a scoreless game. So very good production out of Justice Sheffield, good production out of Nestor Cortez. But unfortunately, Carl Edwards Jr. going to earn the loss in this one, giving up that dinger to Curtis.
Oh man, why is it doing that? There we go.
All right, and so I believe that is going to do it for the YouTube stream. Carl Edwards Jr. earns the loss. Washington going to take it in 11 innings, 2-0 over the Seattle Mariners, who were only able to string across 4 hits. Sean Doolittle earning the save. And Malik's really the only one at the plate with any production on a 2 for 5 day. D. Gordon also had a, as well as Evan White beating that one out. But rough day for the Mariners overall. And so that's going to do it for Vogie Vision on YouTube. Much appreciated. We do this every Monday night, 8 p.m. Pacific, 9 Mountain, 11 Eastern. For my partner, Brett, got any closing comments, Brett?
Nope, nothing. We just appreciate everybody watching. Everybody, the more people we get, share it with everybody. It's just something that we like to do. We think it's fun. Trying to pass the time right now, and I know a lot of you guys are kind of going through a rough patch with everything that's going on in the world right now. So please come and share your time with us. We will share our entertainment with you. Please leave some comments, some suggestions, how we can do better, how things can look better, certain things you're looking for. We are not opposed to constructive criticism and improving this level or this medium that we're doing right now. So other than that, like James said, we do this every Monday. At least try to plan it every Monday. Next week we'll be playing the Twins in Minneapolis, and until then.
All right, and that'll do it. And thank you to everybody in my YouTube stream. Thank you to everybody watching in Vogelbach Country and on Facebook and Twitch as well. And that's going to do it for us. So for Brett Duncan, I'm James Good. We'll catch